We have $20 from Sheikah Witch. Had to donate to congratulate the Wind Waker speedrunning community for finally nailing the barrier skip. You guys have really proven that speedrunners can break anything. Anything. I bet Link is dead jealous of y'all because he can only break pots, royal claymores, and occasionally a kingdom or two. Linkus, you're simply the best, and good luck on the run, and thanks AGDQ for another event worth remembering. We've got $25 from Pikastroff. How traumatizing must it be for the people of the Great Sea to see a kid swimming at incredible speed all over the place? Swedish Sniper, good luck on the rest of this run.
So, some viewers might be wondering how we got the mirror shield now. Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to ask that earlier, but...
Because, if you remember back when we did the early Master Sword sequence break, we were able to get the Master Sword by simply just watching a cutscene, along with the Hero Shield. So that exact same concept simply happened when we entered the Puppet Ganon cutscene as well. Since that's a very late game cutscene, the game just gave us those items.
All right. I'm going to try and do the same thing I did earlier where I try and slash him on the same frame that it's going to grab onto me. I also now actually opened this pod. Normally I don't fail the liftoffs for the zombie hover, but now in case it happens again, I open it so we can simply just make our way up to the top. So I'm going to try to do the exact same again. Hopefully we can get a better angle. If the morph goes forward when you roll, which is the only RNG-based part of this trick, then what will happen is that you can just get him up there in like 2-3 leaf blows. So let's see here. That's bad. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the positioning for this like Morph Death Cancel is pretty precise.
There we go. It's not bad. All right.
It should also be noted that this is actually the only room in the entire game where morphs will give any drops whatsoever.
Wow.
The reason for that programming is so that you could get hearts or magic or arrows if you needed them on the third phase of the Puppet Ganon fight.
All right, take two. Let's go. That's so unfortunate. So the heart was placed really far to the left, so we got it and fell down. But that's fine because we're already here, so we can show it off again. So that glitch is then called the Zombie Hover. So let's just do it again.
Also, thankfully, the drop rate of the heart right there is 100%.
Assuming you're under a half a heart, or I'm sure it's a percentage-based thing from your full health. Yeah.
So Spike, since you're not really like involved in the run much, is there any like general like thoughts you get while like seeing anything like this, being like, you know, you think that like you might be wondering is like a casual, like being new to the game?
I mean, for me, watching 3D Zelda speedruns, I thought the same thing listening to Fino actually years ago talk about Twilight Princess and how it's just such a miracle that all these things come together to make this like 1 hour run like possible. Because like I said, it's not just barrier skip. There's this and 500 other things between item sliding and manual super swim that have to all this puzzle comes together. That's pretty sick to watch, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like months of dedication. Like, of course, like me as a runner, you know, like I maybe push for, you know, like time optimization, but it's definitely is like dozens of people coming together to make this happen.
Again, we last saw you do this, you know, the 4-hour version of this at AGDQ 2017. And it was how long after that the barrier skip was discovered?
About 3 months afterward.
And just a little over a year now. Awesome to be able to showcase it here at GDQ after like 5 seconds of attempting it. It was pretty good.
Yeah. No, that was definitely like a highlight of the run. That was like really smooth. All right. Let's go. 4 bombs earlier, 3 morphs now. Let's just keep counting it down.
Yeah, especially for this zombie hover right here. The mashing is pretty intense for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. The faster you press the B button, the higher you gain. And you need, if you want to do perfectly optimally, you need to do 15 times per second. If you do like 12, 13, it works, but it's definitely a lot more tight. All right, here we go. Damn. All right. I'm gonna take off my glove for this. It's sweaty.
Ooh.
The speed level.
Taking off the glove.
Dang, that's unfortunate.
I'm just happy we're getting a free glitch. Like,
Right,
we didn't even have to pay for this.
Yeah, there could have been a donation go glitch acquisition. I feel like fitting it into the run right now.
Right.
That's why it's overestimate, guys.
So yeah, this game, when it was remade on the Wii U, included a hero mode with it, right? Where Link can take double damage from any damage source. You're probably wondering why we're not using that right now.
I was actually about to ask that.
Yeah. So in hero mode, the answer's simple: hearts won't spawn at all. So
Oh.
yeah, that's a problem.
You might need that.
You could use a fairy, but
I was gonna say, well, fairies, but yeah, right.
that's not a good idea.
All right, let's keep the trend up. 4 bombs, 4 morts. We're not gonna keep the counting up. Okay. Also pretty lucky. Jim, maybe you want to explain Morth glitch, which we thankfully have not gotten.
Oh yeah. There's this.
That was a weird angle.
There's this really strange glitch that can happen with morths in this game where where they grab onto you, but then they will not get off of you no matter what you do. It'll typically just happen after you seemingly leave the game on for very long periods of time. You can also activate it by going into the warp pot with a morph on you for some reason. And if that happens, you have to quit the game and reopen it to fix that glitch.
Yeah, I've had it happen like twice, first run of the day, and then like if you're doing record attempts, it's basically as rip at that point, because then you have to actually attempt fairy hover, which is a 2% chance of working, so not really a pleasant thing happening to you. All right, let's get it right here. All right, please go. Good direction. All right, that will work. Good.
Ooh.
Don't worry, we got this.
Babysitting this thing looks like a nightmare, by the way.
Yeah. All right. He's jumping really far here. Let's hope he doesn't jump down. Be nice. One more forward. Damn. All right.
Oh.
That's fine, though, because if I didn't move, we can just do this. That's actually something that's unfortunate. Like, when you tap forward right there, they don't actually always go forward. They can go, like, up, left, up, right. So you can immediately jump down. But also, we can actually get, like, stuck in a corner. So, like, that's happened on, like, good paces for both me and Jim, that you're kind of, like, going forward. You're trying to make the morph jump, you know, like, slightly forward, which is going against that pillar. But he's just continuously actually, like, instead going into the corner because he's jumping upright.
Yeah. You can also do this with the morphs on the original GameCube version of the game, but you think this looks bad, it's even worse on the original game if you try to do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The morph can, like, go backwards completely over your head.
All right, one more try. We'll get it that time. You want to read some donations, maybe?
Sure.
I think we might have a few, so I think it's fine.
We do have a few. Plus, by the time this is done, we're going to know all the backups. So
Oh,
we
yeah,
can all
yeah.
do this trick. All right. We've got a $250 donation from Runan who just says, hey yeah! We have $50 from J2 who says, this Wind Waker run is amazing. I can't believe this is the same game I played. This donation goes to seeing Super Mario Odyssey. We have $500 from Lady Adelise. And she says, Wind Waker, I barely know her.
Oh.
Oh.
That was a thinker.
We have $50 from Top Gun 200. That Mario 64 race left my jaw on the floor, and I'm loving the Wind Waker action too. Best of luck to the rest of the runners. Pause. We have $5 from Pauza. Pauza here. Beep boop. I'm glad I was able to shave 30 minutes off your run. Good luck, Linkus. Beep boop.
Yeah, thank you, Pauza. I appreciate that.
It wouldn't be the same run without Pauza.
Yeah.
We've got $150 from Sam183. It's payday, and just like Linkus, I'm gonna Pauza all weekend with SGDQ. So here's $150 for a great cause and a great week of entertaining and impressive speedrunning. Thank you.
Ooh, that was a fast one.
We've got $110 from Anonymous. Hey, Linkus, good luck for the run. And who is the Swedish sniper? Nice. Greetings from Austria to the whole SGDQ.
All right, let's do it this time.
Hey!
There it is. There it is. All right. Yeah. No, but that's definitely like one of the most difficult glitch outside of the manual super swim right there. Yeah, so I just picked up one heart, so I only have one heart. So I could go for one, but I won't. But you normally then we're record speedrun. This is one of the most like intense parts ever. You're sitting at like the edge of your seat because you just did all of this run, and now you only have one heart, which is one hit from Ganon, and you have to do it all over. What I just did. So we're going to go for a safe strat to get some more hearts. I think we've seen this zombie hover enough. But yeah, so there's not too much going on in this cutscene. If you want to read some more donations, that's fine.
Sure. We have $440 from Denali's Minion. I've seen some awesome runs this week, and I'm so excited to see races tonight and tomorrow. Thanks to everyone who makes this happen, to the speedrunning group in general. You guys are the most generous, accepting group I know. My husband is at SGDQ this year and keeps telling me about how welcoming and friendly everyone is. I wish I could be there myself. At least I can watch a great Wind Waker run and get that dang boat song stuck in my head for the next week. Let's go for 2.5 million. Thank you.
We can hand you some Plaza sounds too.
We have $100 from OMG Floofy. I have to give my love to Wind Waker, one of my favorite games of the series. We have $50 from Elfie110. I'm new to speedrunning and was thrilled to discover that this community sports such an important cause. I aspire to join MSF in the future, so I'm thrilled to be able to donate to my favorite charity during my favorite game. Good luck to Linkus.
Thank you. All right, so everybody in the crowd right now. So what's coming up here is soon to be everyone's favorite part. Ganon is gonna burst out in laughter. And and I expect everybody in this room to join the hues, which is going to be raised. I will join. I'm sure Spike can join again. Gymnast can. So let's try and get a really strong hue. All right, that deserves a clap. Great job. Great job, guys. That was sick. All right, another year for the cringe compilation. Let's go. All right, so I'm actually going to straight away try and go far away from Ganon, so we hopefully don't get hit. And I'm going to use the grappling hook. This is actually kind of, I guess, an Easter egg, or it's a thing that most people don't know. I'm not sure if she actually says you can do this, because it's in Italian. But if you equip the grappling hook and you target and grapple Zelda, she will actually always give you 3 hearts. So I'm going to straight away equip my grappling hook right here. Talk to her, and then I'm going to get away from Ganon and grapple him. All right. So now I got 3 hearts. All right. Good. All right, 1 cycle. All right, so in this game, there's an attack you can do called a jump spin attack. Normally, when you use jump slash on the original game, it can only be 1. But if you do a jump spin attack, it actually stacks your damage, so you can get a lot in.
Timing for these parries is pretty precise.
Yeah, it looks like it's really big, but if you do it too early, you're actually going to miss because your circle is too big. So you actually need to time it really well. All right, so time is coming up right here. So be ready when the sword goes into his forehead. All right, and time.
Time.
The support. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure the staff behind the scenes now wants to throw it to the internet because I went a little bit over schedule. But I would like to give first as a quick shout out just to the community in general for bringing this run live. Thank you so much, Games Done Quick, for having me. Sadly, there was a couple of slip-ups with the run. It's very difficult to actually perform this at a marathon, but I'm very happy that we can actually get a run in with barrier skip because it's definitely been something that ever since like 2017, it's been something we wanted to get in. And even though like Morph Hover is obviously not marathon safe, it finally made it doable to do in a run. So I want to thank GDQ so much for having me on. I really appreciate that. And also, for everyone that might have seen the speedrun and thought, I want to try this out myself, I have in preparation made a brand new updated tutorial with the beginner route, which I'll be uploading to my channel right as I get home from this event. So if you feel like any of these glitches, you want to try them out yourself, you should check out my channel over at Link7. And yeah, without further ado, I think we'll throw it over to the interview. So thank you guys for having me on. I hope you enjoyed the run.
Thank you so much, Linkus. That was an amazing run. I'm so glad that we finally got to see Barrier Skip here at Summer Games Done Quick 2018. We are going to get to that interview very soon, but first, I did want to remind you that this is Summer Games Done Quick 2018, powered by Twitch. We do have a quick ad break, but we will be right back. You're going to want to stick around because coming up next for games is the task block. If you have never seen that before, you're going to want to stick around, especially since we did meet that Celeste bid incentive, and then they're also going to be playing Super Metroid 0%. You're not going to want to miss it, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2018. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Again, all the proceeds towards this event go to Doctors Without Borders, or MSF, which is a medical humanitarian organization working in more than 60 countries around the world. It's a private international association, so all of your dollars not only make you eligible for great prizes and go towards amazing bid incentives, but also are going towards an excellent cause that you know is helping people all around the world. Speaking of bid incentives, we do have one coming up actually that we would like to talk about. It's for Pokemon Yellow and Red, and if this bid incentive is met, Me Gots This will include Moltres and Lapras in his Pokemon roster. So right now we're at about $2,000 out of 30,000. We still have a little bit of time to meet that, but if you would like to see those extra Pokemon, make sure that you get your dollars in right away. When you donate, you can choose that you want it to go to a specific bid incentive. So make sure you donate for that as soon as you can. All right, and now for a quick word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back. We are getting all set up for our interview, but for now we're going to read some more donations. We have $150 from Tom246. Says, for making it up that ledge in Wind Waker, hypest stream moment of all time. Thank you so much. We have $100 from Lynn161. I believe, Linkus, you can do it. Shoutouts to the Skytown crew. We've got $25 from Anonymous. Hello all, kind of glad I waited this long to donate so I could put my money towards the Odyssey run. Good luck to all the runners and thank you all for an amazing show. All right, you guys, it's been fun hanging out with you, but I'm gonna throw it over to the interview desk where Kizaron has an interview with our runner, Linkus7. Take it away.
Those sweet as fish. They look really delicious, man.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm so sorry about that.
This guy over here. Anyway, hello there. I am Kizaron. I am here with the DJ Linkus.
What's up, guys?
With the hit single, Pazza, Pazza, Pazza. That was a really good one, man. How'd you think of that?
I don't know. It's like the beat. I keep it going. You know, it's over and over and over again. It's just it's so good.
For sure, for sure. So I'm gonna start with a basic question here. What got you into speedrunning, and that game in particular?
I got into speedrunning way back from my brother. He was showing me some speedruns on YouTube and stuff, and like streams. And then I just saw like item sliding and how fast you slide across and the glitches, and I was like, I gotta pick Wind Waker up. It looks so cool, and I've been running it every day for like 2 years now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what would you say the progression of the game has been? I know it was in a previous GDQ, and there's a lot less to it than what is arguably in it now.
Yeah. So I mean, like it started, of course, you know, just like with just item sliding, like when I picked up 2 years ago, and then it kind of progressed into the AGDQ 2017 run, and then after that, barrier skip was like really shook it around there. When barrier skip was implemented, it removed, you know, like 2 hours from the run, and it made like so much just route work and just teamwork, trying to find what items we need just to beat the game, you know, and it definitely shook up the game a lot. And obviously the manual super sim too, with the early game finally being different for the first 40 minutes. So it's definitely been a ride.
I kind of want to talk about barrier skip a little more.
Sure.
Some would say that that was basically the holy grail of speedrunning, arguably more than palace skip. So what all went into finding that? Like, that was a really long process, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the second item sliding was found, people wanted to know, a new glitch is found, will it allow us to skip the barrier? And people tried it for like months. And it was kind of a funny story because someone was able to get it and just upload a YouTube video of being behind the barrier. Most people were like, probably, you know, like, I'm not sure if this is real or fake, it's happened during the years. But then finally on stream, someone was able to recreate it once, and then we didn't do it again for like a year almost.
Wasn't there a bounty on it for a while,
exactly.
too?
So there was a bounty, and a basically a homebrewer for Wii U made a tool that would record your inputs and links every value of the game. So if someone got it with that program running, we can just put it on emulator and exactly understand the trick. And that's what finally, after months of hard work, actually let us like do it. Someone did it with the inputs, we gave it to the taster, he checked it out on an emulator, and it just worked.
That's some really interesting stuff. You mentioned the super swimming too. You said it was called manual super swimming. That's what was happening at the beginning. Why don't you walk us through that? I know it took a little longer this time around than usual.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I just hold a direction like up an analog stick, and then I just have to pause and unpause, frame perfectly, switch direction, pause, unpause, and I just do this frame perfectly over and over and over again. And every time you're doing this, you're just gaining a little bit of speed to go backwards. And if you continuously just do this, then, well, as you can see, you can then just sip through the ocean and just skip like all of early game, which is really crazy. But it's definitely like a task-only trick that we just recently implemented, because just, you know, staying focused for so many minutes, pausing that well with that rhythm, where one misstep, one frame early can lose you the entire run. It's definitely something that was hesitant to implement.
Now, a term that's been thrown around a lot right now is TASK. So that stands for Tool Assisted Speed Run, for anybody that doesn't know what that is. We actually have a block coming up next. You guys know that the incentive for the Celeste task was met. That's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, tasks are definitely a great way of showing like what is possible in the game, but maybe like we as a runner is not, you know, ready to do this yet, because, you know, it requires so many perfect inputs in just everything that, you know, really isn't like possible for a human to pull off every time. So like task runs are definitely like a really cool addition with task spot and everything, game stun quick, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really exciting stuff to watch.
Yeah.
So what's next in the future for you? You still gonna do some Wind Waker, or you got anything else in the pipeline?
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep just running, you know, Wind Waker. I'm a full-time streamer, so this is kind of my main game. I definitely want to pick it more 100%. It's about 6 hours, and it's finally getting down to the 6-hour mark. It's really exciting. I also picked up like Ocarina of Time recently, and I'm just, you know, really excited about just keeping pushing, you know, solo speedruns. And
are you gonna be part of the Ocarina of Time rando group at all?
Oh, I've already joined that. The randomizers, they're great. I absolutely adore them. They're really cool.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of the Link to the Past randomizers. They're a little closer to the Link that I want to watch. The Ocarina of Time ones seem like they're really lengthy. And a lot more
they're
knowledge.
like at least 4 or 5 hours for a good seed. It can take 8 hours. If you guys don't know like what a randomizer is, it basically is that it takes every single chest and every item in the game, and it randomizes them together. And by doing so, you can basically then have to get the knowledge of where every chest, heart piece, and everything is, and then you just kind of have to just go around and find the items you need. And because of the algorithm and development of this like tool, you cannot actually ever run into a case where you can't progress in the game, because the logic tells it that you can't get an item if you can't, with this item, progress to this item, for example. So it has a really intense logic behind it, but it's really cool.
So, do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, of course. Like, I want to give a huge shout out to like the Wind Waker community in general for like helping out developing this game so much. Of course, this game's done quick for having me here, and like the community supporting me. I know like a lot of European people are staying up to like 5 a.m. to watch Run. So really thankful for that, and my phone has been going off like crazy. Of course, thank you everybody for like the crazy follow and support on Twitter and Twitch and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for that.
And if somebody wanted to get into the community, whether it's running or routing or tasking or any of that, where could they go for that?
For getting in the community, you can just get the Discord link. Discord is a great way if you go to speedrun.com/WindWakerHD. Then you can find a bunch of tools. Like I mentioned at the end of my run, I prepared a bunch of like tutorials for both a beginner and a hard route. So I'm gonna upload that to my channel. So in general, it feels like Google and you can look around YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. You'll find a lot of resources.
All right, well, thank you for your time. Thanks for the interview.
Thank
really
you so much.
appreciate it. You did a good job. I love the run. I did an excellent job, so I'm going to take this delicious Swedish fish and have some for myself. That was a really bad throw. I'm gonna try that again.
Oh. All right, I got one.
What? Have you been back there the whole time?
Yeah, we were just hanging out. How you doing, Keys?
All right, I guess.
Want to talk about some prizes?
Prizes. Prizes sound good.
Awesome. You got another fish? The one I caught was lime. Ugh.
Would you like a different colored fish?
You don't like the Swedish fish, man?
You know, not a huge fan of lime, although I do like the fish.
I appreciate that.
Keys, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm always doing great. And I'm here to tell you guys about some great prizes you can win. Task Block's actually going to be the last chance for you guys to pick up a bunch of these amazing prizes. Oh, let's see. I got to reach over for this. We got a packed couch right here. We have, again, this beautiful Dark Souls LP from our friend over at Think Geek. Kizram, what's your favorite track on the Dark Souls soundtrack?
It's that one.
That one right there, Gravelord Nito. Yep.
Yeah, that one.
I respect that. You have no idea what it sounds like, do you?
I don't know what it sounds like.
That's perfectly all right, Keys. From our friend Threadmancer Embroidery, we have not one, but 6 beautiful embroidered characters from Divinity Original Sin 2. We got all 6 of the main playable characters, if you will. Ooh. Just pass them down here. We'll form a conga line.
No, I don't have enough hands.
We're out of hands. It's fine. They're amazing. You get a set of 6. It's a $15 minimum donation for the entire set. We have this beautiful painting of the Temple of Time here. Keys, now, if you had to describe this art style, okay, give me it in 3 words. Go ahead.
Colorful and accurate.
Colorful and accurate. Nice use of "and." I like that. Good way to get around the word limit.
Exactly.
There you go. Guys, this painting is absolutely beautiful, and I believe it is also a $15 minimum donation from now until the end of Task Block. Let's pass that down there. And of course, guys, how could we forget the amazing Bandai Namco prize pack, $50 minimum donation. Again, also ending at the end of Task Block. You get this great Tales of Zestiria, not Vesperia, statue of Soray. You get the Ni no Kuni limited edition, which has a plushie, it has a steel book, it has an art book, it has a paper diorama in it. It's got an automated, like, little rotating mechanical diorama. This thing is absolutely packed to the brim with great stuff.
Loaded.
Have you played Ni no Kuni 2 yet?
I have not.
Oh, I recommend it. It's a wonderful little action RPG.
I should pick it up.
You really should. Definitely had a lot of fun with it. You got Dark Souls Remastered. You got Tales of Zestiria. We have Naruto Ninja Storm Legacy. That's 4 Ninja Storm games in one.
That's a lot of ninjas.
That's a lot of ninjas. I don't know how many of them you're supposed to be able to see, though. They're ninjas.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. You might not be able to see all 4 at once. We'll just put those over there. You guys get Project Cars 2. That's probably a lot of cars. I don't know how many cars.
I imagine there's several cars.
The only car I know is the one that will, goes. You got Dark Souls 3. Because, Dark Souls Remastered wasn't mean enough. Like,
no,
come on.
No,
yeah,
you need more mean.
You need more of it.
More prices?
You get 2 shirts. Ni no Kuni Revenant Kingdom shirt here. Oh, shirts are hard, Keys.
They're hard.
You're gonna learn in this business, man. Shirts are very difficult. And of course, this wonderful Dragon Ball Fighter Z shirt. Got to make sure to say it right, or the Namcops will be on you in a heartbeat. They're everywhere. Watch out for them.
Okay.
And speaking of Dragon Ball Fighters, we also have this beautiful collector's edition, which, you know, I realized I didn't mention what came in it, guys. Let's see. So you get a beautiful little Goku statue, you get some art panels, you get a steel book, and of course you get my favorite feature, box.
I love boxes.
Box is absolutely my favorite thing you get in this. It's wonderful. Guys, you get all of that. $50 minimum donation. That's your chance to enter. And TaskBlock's actually going to be the last chance for you guys to enter for this lovely handcrafted Mega Man statue by Jace Thor. We have it here on the table. We've had it here all day. Seriously, it's absolutely beautiful. The detail is immaculate. And hey guys, if you drop 50 bucks, you're entered into all of the prizes available from now until TaskBlock, and you're a third of the way there to our grand prize, which, you know, again, hey, it's a PS4 Pro, it's an Xbox One X, it's a Nintendo Switch, and it is a pretty sick gaming PC. And you can find information about it and all of the prizes, incentives, and speedruns you'll see coming up on the marathon if you head over to GamesDoneQuick.com and check out the tracker. But for now, I'm Sent. This has been Keys.
Hello.
Linkus, thank you guys so much for the interview. And we'll throw it back up to the front as we get ready for everyone's favorite little robot, TaskBot.
All right, AGDQ. I've got one final donation here from Wind Waker, and it's from the Linkus 7 community. They donate $1,199. Let's hear it for the Linkus 7 community. Thank you, guys. They say in their donation, "Hey everyone, we are so happy to see our boy Linkus at GDQ again. An excellent runner for an amazing game, a great event for an extraordinary cause. We are very proud of all the work you've done so far, Linkus, so we decided to rally everyone to make a surprise donation to support charity and show how impactful your beautiful community can be. Thank you so much for being an amazing streamer and for bringing us all together. Have a great run, and we love you all, your fans and your friends from the Linkus gang." Thank you very much, everyone. And with that, we're going to move on towards TaskBot. How many of you guys are ready for TaskBot? They are still setting up, so of course you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, but we've got some donations to read until then. We have another leftover from the Wind Waker run here. It says, it is a $500 donation, and it just says, sploosh, kaboom. And in case you needed a reminder, Mario Odyssey has been opened up for $150,000 target. We're currently sitting at $14,000. So I have a $20 donation from Unfriendly Blob who says $150K for Odyssey. No problem. Let's get started. Corundum Core 132 donated $150. It says, "Here's 0.1% of the money we need to reach that Super Mario Odyssey incentive goal. Let's get it, everyone." Thank you very much, Corundum Core. All right, I have a donation here from Rocket Racer 179. They donated $50 and said, "We've saved the animals once. Why not do it again?" As you just saw on the screen, there was an update for Save versus Kill. Save is ahead by quite a bit, just a little bit under $8,000. But we have this entire run coming up before we get to the Super Metroid tasks, where TaskBot will have the choice of saving or killing the animals. So if you want to change the animal's fate, TaskBot, our great overlord, has always been in favor of killing the animals and saving the frames, because the frames are TaskBot's children. So if you wish to follow the command of our great overlord TaskBot, get your donations in for Kill the Animals. I have a anonymous $100 donation that simply says, TaskBot is bae. Love everyone at AGDQ. Thank you very much for your donation. I have a $45 donation from $45 donation that says $45 donation. Thank you very much for your donation. Dr. Nick donated $250 and simply says, task block equals best block. And that was in all caps. So thank you very much for your donation, Dr. Nick. So just to update you guys and how crazy you guys are, since I've sat down, Mario Odyssey has jumped $1,000, and Kill the Animals has closed the gap by another $1,000. So those are two big things people are working on. But other than that, coming up, we have the names for all the Pokemon games. But more than that, there is a donation, there is an incentive that's kind of getting left behind right now. And that's the upcoming Pokemon 2 games, 1 controller after TaskBot. If we reach this donation incentive, then he will include Moltres and Lapras into his parties and use them to help beat the games. We're currently sitting at $2,700 out of the $30,000 we need to do that. So if you're not feeling the kill versus save the animals, you want to throw your money to something else, how about you throw it towards this donation incentive that will be coming up right after TaskBot. I have $150 from Otsam, who says, excited for Task Block. The computer engineering skills and creativity on display always bring me great delight. And with that, I am told that we're ready to jump over to TaskBot, so let's hear it, guys, in the crowd.
Hello, SGDQ 2018. All right, so this is the TaskBot block. It is, or the task block. There are a ton of things we want to show you, but we're going to start with Celeste, and because there are so many awesome people here, I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting with...
I'm Devil Squirrel, and I created the task along with KDT and Keyline.
Over here on the couch, we have...
I'm YP. I lost the race.
No, that's not the way to start. You're awesome. Thanks to you, Yoshibro.
I'm Hornlitz. I run this game. I also task the game.
I'm TGH. I run this game not quite as fast as the task.
I am Covert Muffin. I have never completed a run of this game, but I have a PhD in getting excited about stuff. Yeah.
So I hope you guys are excited too. As always, TaskBot plays things as fast as the hardware and the game code can handle. This is in no way designed to shame any runner. You cannot possibly beat TaskBot. It doesn't work that way. So let's push the hardware as fast and as hard as we can. I'm going to hand it over to Devil Squirrel to kick it off.
All right. So first off, I'd just like to thank again, everyone with their generous donations to make this happen. 65,000 is amazing. So I think we just give a round of applause again.
Yeah. Thank you.
And so, Celeste is an awesome game. It was released in January of this year. Awesome devs. Unfortunately, they're on a plane back to Vancouver, so they're going to have to watch the VOD. But I wanted to first show off basically the dash moment or techniques, because this game goes by so fast that it's going to be really hard to really understand anything. So first off, we have just our basic dash, which is just a horizontal dash. You use it a lot. If you jump out of this dash, you're going to have what we call a super dash, or a dash jump, or dash cancel as people call it. And so it gives you a little extra speed boost, and you get a normal height out of your dash jump. Then we come back and we have the diagonal down dash. This is a little slower on the ground when you first do it, but when you jump out of it, it's called a hyper dash. And so you get a little more speed, you move a lot faster, but your height that you jump isn't quite as high. And then beyond that, we have the ultra dash. And so the ultra dash is basically a hyper dash followed directly by another down diagonal dash. And so we'll do that here real quick. So this right here, the jump is the hyper, and then we do another down diagonal dash, and this is an ultra that has a lot more speed, and it gets used in the task all over in some crazy movement. It's been used in RTA as well, but of course it's not as awesome as you'll see here shortly. And so let's get the run started.
Great. Man, I'm so excited for this. This is gonna be
I hope
great.
you guys are ready for this, because this is really something special, like seriously.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe we get the audience to count down from 5.
Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
It's spelled out test, nice.
So we start off in the prologue. The game limits us a little bit. We don't have our dash here. We just have the jump, grab, and climb. We can still go fast, though. You'll have corner boost, which you'll see here. Madeline jumps at the very top of these corner ledges, and you get a little speed boost. You'll also see here that we do a whole bunch of jumping. Each jump gives you a little bit of a speed boost and saves a couple frames.
I believe it's 2 frames per jump, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, overall in the prologue, hopping repeatedly saves around 1 second.
Hey guys, by the way. Hi.
Uh-oh.
I'm here now.
Oh, hey, Kev.
Oh, hi, Kevin.
I hope you're not tired of me. I'm not tired of you yet, so.
So yeah, chapter 1's gonna go by extremely quickly here. You're gonna have a whole lot of dashes, a whole lot of hypers, a whole lot of ultras.
Oh, what? What?
Something tells me you're gonna hear that laugh a lot.
So yeah, Hornlet's behind me here actually has the world record in this level, and his time is 7 seconds behind the task.
Oh. Wow. Nice. Yes, a lot of these positioning are really precise, right? Right, Devil? Like
Yeah.
trying to get over these corners.
I mean, we spent 2 to 3 months working on this. Just a whole lot of work, sweat and blood.
Tears.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
And there we go.
Devil Squirrel, thank you so much, man. Thank you for doing this. It's so sick.
I know, it's awesome.
So yeah, even with that level, that's the shortest level in the game, and having done the level way too much myself, like I already know, like there's way more different strats that I saw in that task than what I do. So the task just has so much like crazy stuff that it can do that RTA just really can't.
All right, so now we're in chapter 2. We'll have a new mechanic here, the dream blocks, which we're gonna see here very shortly.
What? It jumped on Spike?
Yep, and that's the first glitch in the run too, where you actually skip that cutscene in the air to keep your Y position and end up in the dream block.
Even tasked in sync with the music. That's
The double hop on entry.
Yeah.
That's so unnecessary.
So now you'll see we have Battle Line chasing us, but she's not that much of a match.
Well, she goes just as fast.
Yo, that's my strat right there. That's my strat.
I feel like Battlein should be reported to the leaderboard for copying a run.
Yeah, real talk though, Task Battlein is terrifying.
Yeah, did you have to do like any alternate routing, Devil?
Yeah, we did so much routing to actually find what was optimal. Just going back and through all these different screens. Another thing that it's hard to see here, but you can actually jump out of these dream blocks, and the task can actually do it twice if you're very fast with it.
What?
I just want to point out, this is like the best part of the task right here, so just keep an eye on the movement.
Tej does this all the time in his runs.
What? No, it's not. Oh my god! Wow! Wow!
So can I just
that
make
was
a point?
kind of a. Oh, go ahead, Tej.
Can I just make a point to say I can't do that? I cannot do that.
Yeah, that was something of an oversight in the movement design, I think, or coding, I suppose, in that when you dash horizontally, like to the right, for example, there is a slowdown at the end of the dash, but if you dash diagonally down, for example, and you jump in the first frame, the movement isn't capped, like the velocity isn't capped, so you just keep going.
Wow! Did you just clip through that?
So yeah, now we get to see some of these dust bunnies or dust boys, as some of the people call them.
Dust boy?
Why didn't you keep the strawberry? Should have kept it.
I have to remember to breathe. I'm just like so focused. This is so amazing.
That cheeky corner boost to the top, too, that was nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, baby.
We have a nice corner boost there.
Oh, wow.
All right. So yeah, this room here gives most people a lot of trouble, but let's see, we'll just move through it pretty cleanly.
You can do it this well, right, Tej?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No problem.
Task copies my strats.
What?
All right, now you're just showing off.
You're right there in that last room. There was a strat that where you can actually, if you jump at a corner with spikes on it, you can actually just jump off of those spikes. It's like a frame or two that you have to do it.
The gist is, as long as you're not moving towards the spikes, they won't kill you. So if you can imagine kind of grazing them from beneath, and as long as you're still moving away from the spikes and you're in jumpable range, you can jump from the spike wall.
Correct.
And yeah, some players do that twice in the 80% run.
Yeah.
Huh.
You can make that?
A lot of cycle skips here. And also coming up, we're going to have the first instance of water boosting where Madeline jumps on every single frame to get a huge boost.
Yep.
What?
Also perfectly RTA viable.
How tight is that window for the water boost?
It's impossible. Don't worry about it.
Have you tried?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, can't you mash at 60 hertz or whatever, 30 hertz?
Have you seen me?
Yeah.
Do you see how buff my index finger is?
So here we actually retried because it's a lot faster, and we keep the key.
Were those ultras on the platforms too?
They were just diapers. So yeah, in this game you have a thing called coyote jumping.
Something tells me Oshiro will not catch her. I don't know what.
Yeah, what Devil began to say there is that in in both this game and its predecessor, Towerfall, by the same developer, you can jump after leaving a surface. It's kind of a game feel thing, and I'm sure it's used plenty in here.
This screen's ridiculous.
Sit down. Sit down. The swag boop.
Now that's just bad mannered. I'm sorry. Wow.
There we go.
And we're only 8 minutes in. Oh my goodness, this is
Yeah, pretty much every single room in that level, like the task is like at least half a cycle, if not a full cycle ahead of what RTA can do.
So yeah, Golden Ridge here is going to introduce 2 new mechanics, the clouds and then wind, which most people don't really like.
I don't think this has mines though.
Here we have more water boosting.
This is cool.
No way! No way!
So coming up, the auto-scroller skip that I tried to do yesterday and failed, or 2 days ago and failed. Yeah, TAS will have no problem with that.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it's a new strat. Maybe he doesn't have time to practice it.
What?
I mean, so is that. Yeah, here we go. Easy.
Easy.
That's what, 3 frame accurate inputs? Is that right?
Yep. Well, RTA virtually needs that block to get enough momentum to get over there, but.
Do some bubble
no
skip.
need for that. No need for that bubble. It's fine. I actually found this strat the other day in the practice room. There we go. Skip that block.
Hey, wait, you were actively working on it up until yesterday, Devil.
Yep.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes, yes. Cool one too. Yeah.
That is
So hot.
So far,
tech.
yeah, so far only one person's been able to pull that one off.
I mean, I know I'm a friendly person in general, but these spikes seem to be very friendly as well.
Nice.
Wow, yeah, nice. So landing on that snowball got the dash back, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, you get your dash backs from landing on things and then screen transitions.
Also, in the next room, you're going to want to pay attention to a pretty hot strat.
Best jump of the game, right there. Best jump of the game.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the only real spike jump where the wind actually pushes you into the spikes, and then you can buffer out of them.
And that does save time, right? That saves time.
A very small amount of time.
Oh yeah,
So-
it's worth it though.
So, Devil, be honest, how long did it take you to task the feather?
The feather is very hard because it's analog movement. So I mean, you have to actually spend the time to get the degrees of how you want your analog stick to be.
Oh, interesting. Wow. This is my favorite chapter, by the way.
Beating that cycle is very difficult, but it's possible RTA, but TAS makes it look easy, of course.
And here we have another cutscene skip like in Chapter 2. We're going to get enough height to actually get up here on top of the button right away.
What? I didn't even know you could do that.
This is cool. Watch this.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this. The corner boost skips the entire room. That saves like 3 seconds.
No way.
Oh, and double bubble skip, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Shoutouts to double bubble skip.
You got that first try in your race.
First try. First try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, I remember that. It was real cool.
Yeah.
So here we're going to be going into another dream transition where we're actually playing as a seeker. Just kill ourselves.
All right. You can fast, right?
Yeah. I don't think this section needs any words. For the record. Especially when we get to the Theo Crystal section. It gets ridiculous.
So yeah, we try and manipulate these Seekers to actually hit these switches. You do it a lot more in RTA, but in the task we can skip a lot of them because we go so fast.
What?
Not bad.
Another skip here where RTA runners do this with a reverse hyper, and we just, go right over.
That's a nice twist. I like that.
Watch this. I like this one right here. Sit down. Yeah, this is one of the main features right here.
This is my favorite section. Yep. You're really going to want to pay attention here. This is probably like one of the best parts of the task.
The most impressive part for sure.
It's not yet, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't even the good part.
Here we go.
It's this room here.
This right here.
What? Did he just clip through a spike wall?
Yes.
What? No way!
Yeah, we can actually use Theo to build up momentum on those platforms, moving platforms.
Oh man!
So good.
Wow!
I don't know if this was mentioned, by the way, but once you get hyper momentum, so like once you hyper along the ground, if you hop right away, it's called the bunny hop, you actually preserve that momentum, and it was pretty obviously done there.
Unbelievable.
I guess worth mentioning as well is that clipping isn't kind of traditional clipping where you're moving too much per frame for the wall to know you hit it, but rather those spikes don't have collision until the camera is near it. So Madeline's effectively far enough ahead of the camera, the spikes don't kill you yet.
Going for leg skip.
First try.
Easy. Easy every time.
So yeah, now we get the feather. You're gonna love this here.
Yeah, this is brutal.
What? Wow. Devil, can you just task my way to work, man?
Anytime.
Shoutouts to Kevin, by the way.
Thank you, crowd. That was excellent. Yeah, thank you. Please. Oh, keep it going, yeah.
Oh, this is awesome. Yo.
Yeah, we actually use a dash to stop ourselves.
Yeah,
there.
no more. Wah! None of that, okay? No more. Now instead, oh, blah, 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 blah.
I feel like we should have like a donation bid war for that or something. All right. What?
So yeah, upcoming here, we're actually gonna verge away from what RTA runners do. Most of them go top to bottom, and when we're gonna do bottom top. It's just ever so slightly faster.
I've never even seen this room. It's funny, actually, some runners actually have a split, or there's a split. Some runners go top, some runners go bottom. I think it's about 0.3 seconds faster to go top, but a lot of runners still prefer to go bottom just because it's easier.
Interesting.
Casual skip here.
Yeah, not bad. Yep.
Devin Toon skips here.
Oh, who needs the setup for that?
Yeah, seriously.
More water boosting.
Yep.
That's so cool. I love that.
I'll check this part out.
Gonna have a little fun.
So the speed we get here,
amazing. Wow. I just...
Now we're in the fight with Battle Line. I think it'll go pretty good.
Chat spam, hey, please.
I'm just so mesmerized by this. This is incredible.
I think we all are.
What?
A variation of that strat is actually possible and used widely in RTA as well. But,
Oh, okay.
But of course, TAS does it way better than anyone ever can.
It's just all the corner clips and stuff are just insane to me.
Yep.
Wow.
I did you a favor. You aren't a mountain climber.
You haven't seen this yet, right? So how long do you think it's going to take to finish?
Oh boy. Oh no. Putting me on the spot. Let's say 22 minutes? 23 minutes? I don't know.
You're not that far off.
So yeah, what's your time in this, Teach?
My time?
Yep.
For Chapter 6 or for the whole game?
For the whole game.
30 minutes, 47 seconds. Why do you ask?
Do you want to know?
Wow, yeah. You guys can cheer for that. That was pretty incredible.
So now, as you can see, we've leveled up and we have 2 dashes, which we're going to abuse a lot.
Does the TAS even need to level up?
505.
Wow.
So the RTA, or not RTA, but the IGT record for human for Chapter 6 is 551. A very low 551.
Wow.
Yeah, so put that in perspective.
Man, this music's giving me goosebumps, man. This is...
Shout out Lena Rain. I know you're watching. The composer of Celeste. Thanks a lot. Wish you were here.
So the summit is just the culmination of all of the chapters into one. So here we're going to be going into the Chapter 1 section.
Don't even need the extra upward momentum. There we go.
So if you were watching the Celeste race a couple days back, we were mentioning how one bug that we fixed post-release, it was due to you dash towards a wall with your climb, press down, and you jump to climb, and you just wouldn't climb. So upon fixing that bug, that introduced corner boosts, and I know that that made Devil Squirrel very happy. So I'm curious. I know you're testing it before the corner boosts were introduced. Like, what kind of difference did that make?
Yeah, the corner boost actually helped quite a bit. It's crazy just how often you do it, and just how the small frames add up over time. It probably saved 30 seconds.
Well, and isn't the end of Chapter 2 not even possible? The task version without...
Yeah, the very end of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Whew. So if you dash through one of those blocks and hit a wall, that was just like instant death. So like how closely cut those corners were was insane.
Yeah, as long as your hitbox is touching another dream block, you can go through it.
1500 is a really cool segment.
Wow.
The polite wait.
This next room is probably one of my least favorite casually, but
What? What?
Yeah, that.
Finishing up Chapter 3, on to Chapter 4. You're going to see more of the wind and then a few more auto-scroller skips.
Does he get the strawberry?
We'll find out.
Please tell me we keep the strawberry
Please
for the
tell
whole
me we
section.
keep-
Please.
Please. Come on. Just one. Give me one.
Fun fact about strawberries, by the way, is we're going to go for the auto-scroller skip here. I wonder if he's going to get it. I think he got it. I think he got it.
Just go right through those spikes there. There's a little gap.
And give him a hand.
So the thing about strawberries is if they take 9 frames in a quote-unquote safe spot on the ground to collect. So if you don't touch the ground for 9 frames, you never collect the strawberry. So we just take the strawberry that we got at the very beginning of the section and then take it all the way to the end. Because we're this ass.
I mean, still taking it this far is really impressive.
Yeah, and even if you could take it this far, you can't take it past where battle line drops you off at 2,500 meters.
Sure.
Like right here, you're forced to stay on the ground for 9 frames. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice corner boost. Nice corner boost.
Wow.
nice corner boost.
Yeah, nice corner boost.
Yep.
Few ultras.
Wow. What?
Just does that skip like it's nothing.
Yep. Yeah. So is the task gonna go for door skip? You think?
Maybe.
I don't know. It's a hard. It's a pretty hard trick. I don't know.
I'm really hoping there's that one skip that's like impossible RTA, or excuse me, possible RTA but impossible.
One.
Oh, there's one. There's one.
Hey! It's officially a real run.
Nice, dude. First try.
It saves 9 years, I heard.
Yeah. I think it's the biggest time saver in the game.
Saves about 1 second in reality.
I was gonna say if it was 9 years, my estimate would have been really off. All right, here we go. Yeah, I know the crowd likes to count these numbers out. 29.
It's gonna skip a lot of them though, I feel, so.
28. 27.
26.
25. 23. 22.
Come on, Taskbot.
1.
Just a few corner boosts.
This corner boost.
This is so fun, man.
19. 17. Counting with Celeste.
Counting with Taskbot.
That was cool. That was especially cool right there.
14.
Frame perfect skip there.
What? Wait, that is...
Yeah, we don't need to grab that. It's fine.
You kept Madeline close to those spikes just to build tension.
11.
I love that down diagonal dash.
9. Oh, no. 7.
So are we going to see the bunny hop 2 skip like YP did here during the race?
5. 4.
Up close and personal with the spikes, of course.
All right, here we go.
2.
Oh. 1.
Are we going to do it?
Come on.
Don't reset too early. Okay.
Yeah! 25-21.
25-21. It's pretty reasonable, right?
730 summit's not bad either.
So we have the credits here. We're gonna skip past that. So we have a little something special here. We're gonna actually reset, and we're gonna show you the seasides.
What?
Yep.
No way.
We're doing seasides really quick, just so you know. We do have save and kill. TaskSpot will literally kill the animals if you pick that option. So just warning you, Super Metroid is pretty crazy, so get that in while you can. You've only got a few minutes left. All right, I'm gonna let you throw it over to you for seasides.
All right. So do we want to do it again? Come on, audience. Count from 5. 5.
5.
4.
3. 2. 1. Go.
All right. So we're gonna start off again in the prologue, but it's gonna be a little different. We're gonna go to the left. Yeah. So yeah, that's a cheat code to get all of the levels unlocked. And so now we're in the first seaside.
Yeah, for those who aren't aware, the seasides are basically the really brutal levels in this game. The level designer kind of went a little easy on the main game, but definitely let his his evil side take flight here.
Wow. Don't try that at home.
I haven't seen this either. This is new to me.
Yeah, I've never seen any of these.
It's a little bit impressive, I would say.
So yeah, all the seasides are 3 screens, and they're pretty difficult.
This is so cool. So you don't even get the buttons that you need to move this block at the end of the level right here up. Instead, we just do that. That's a frame perfect trick right there to get through that.
Wow. No way.
I just heard the power up audio guys and they're like, oh.
Oh, man.
Who cares about cycles?
I'm waiting for it.
Oh, here we
Sit
go.
down. Sit down.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
I've never acknowledged that ledge.
By the way, this is the best B and C side remix, by the way. Hope you guys know that. No. No, don't even.
I mean, personally, I think they're all the best.
They're all really good.
Oh, yeah.
Especially this one.
Yeah.
I just wish we got to hear more of the tracks themselves. For me playing and to hear more of them, but...
Nice.
You're
Okay,
gonna
so
love this level.
This is the coolest one, for sure. The last screen gets pretty ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it, right, Teach?
Yeah, for sure. I do it. I attempt it every time. And by that I mean I would never attempt it ever. This strat with the block, we do a variation of that RTA. But this part, not really.
No way! Wow! Can you science that one for me real quick?
So yeah, those Kevin blocks, as we like to call them, give you a little speed boost, but if you do a backwards reverse dash onto them as well, you get an extra speed boost, which just obliterates it.
Okay.
Basically, you just need to input like 80 inputs in a frame. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, sure. Easy.
Yeah.
Okay, no need for that spring. No need for that. That's fine.
No.
Oh, now you're showing off. Getting a haircut.
Yeah. Wow.
And one more yet.
This one's also pretty awesome.
Yep.
Oh, the core.
So yeah,
the whole gimmick of the core is that you actually don't get your dash refreshed when you hit the ground. It's only when you enter the next room or you get a dash refresh crystal. But the seaside here is still incredibly fast, even with not being able to dash as often.
Yeah, just don't blink or you'll miss this.
This next room here.
No way!
So it's supposed to be fire right here. Okay, there we go. Never mind. All right.
just skip all of that.
Yeah, that's fine.
No.
GG.
Wow,
That's it.
So we get to see our pie here.
Oh, that's my favorite flavor of pie.
I feel like the old lady in the bottom left corner is exactly how I feel right now.
So yeah, that was the Seasides.
Yeah, I just want to say really fast, if you don't mind, Devil. It wasn't explicitly said, but I'm part of the dev team, and I can speak for the whole team. I know I can. This kind of thing is so mind-blowing, just seeing somebody tear into our work so much in the best way possible, and just exploring the full potential of what we've made. It's mind-blowing, heartwarming, and thank you so much, man. It's so good.
No problem. It was awesome. Made an awesome game.
Yeah. Yeah, congratulations, Devil, and everybody else who helped out.
No way. Shout out to Sexract.
So before we move on, there's one more thing to say about Celeste here. There's actually a couple of quick things. So you might have noticed that you had TaskBot holding a visualization board so you could see what buttons were being pressed. This was made possible by Illy and Cericium and a couple of other people supporting, along with Media Magnet, Time Shifter, a few other folks. I can't even keep track of everyone. And I'd also like to point out that one of the things about this task is that oftentimes the discovery in the task process leads to improvements in real-time running. I love seeing that, and I know you've done that a couple of times now.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
Yeah.
Devil's been a huge part of helping the community find strats and just finding the strats. I mentioned this in the interview the other day, but finding strats and making the RTA viable ourselves, finding new stuff in that regard. So yeah, huge shout out to Devil Squirrel.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
huge
Devil
part
Squirrel.
of that.
Yeah, the task helps the runners, and the runners help the task.
It's exactly, and I love seeing that fusion. All right, we're going to move on to a Super Metroid you have never seen before, so stay tuned. We're going to do a quick switch, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Woo! Okay, Muffin. I've got a donation here for you, Muffin. I have $2,018 from Ariel, who donates. I love watching TaskBot. Covert Muffin, if you got a PhD in getting excited about things, I'd say this run so far is a suitable thesis. And the couch is providing an excellent defense. P.S. Shout out to Tempest and Tar.
Oh, thank you, Ariel.
All right, so currently, Save the Animals is still pretty far ahead. We have a few people who are donating, trying to catch it up. And if you do want to get our taskbot Overlord to kill the animals, now is the time for your last push. So I have Mythical Malice donated $155, said, taskbots are meant to save frames, not animals. Thank you very much for your donation. As we just saw on the screen, there was some nice fan art of taskbot insisting that we kill the animals. So we're about to get a refresh here, and we'll see what happens. Save the Animals is still ahead by about $6,000. This is pretty much your last chance to snipe is during this setup while we're switching, because this run is going to go by very fast. So we are going to have to close it off right as it ends, right before they start, because it is a different task for save versus kill. So if you want to switch that over to kill, you need to donate right now. There's no more delaying, there's no more waiting. This is the time to do it. Other than that, we still have that incentive for Pokemon 2 games, 1 controller. For recruiting Moltres and Lapras, it's sitting at about $4,000. Needs 26,000 more. We can work on that during TaskBot, but there'll also be quite a bit of time during that run to get it going as well. In the meantime, we got a few more donations to read. Picolax ALT154 donated $50 and says, gotta get on that task block hype. Also, Moltres and Lapras are must-haves. Thank you very much. I have $150 from Blue Jello, who says, cuddled up with my cat watching the runs. Ready for TaskBot to confuse me greatly. I hope you are already very confused after that run. Zahariel donated $100 and says, have to donate some more for TaskBot. I support our new robotic overlords. Thank you very much for your donation. We are getting a lot of donations right now. There's no possible way that I can read them all. So I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you to everyone who's donating right now. There's no possible way I can get through them all. So even if you're not hearing your donations, we appreciate them a lot. A lot of these donations are also very large. That could be due to some of these prizes that you can win right now, including the SGDQ 2018 banner cap head, which you need to donate $50 for. There's a lot of things open, including that Bandai Namco prize pack you saw sent and others showing off before. That is a $50 donation. And of course, we have our 8th generation console bundle plus gaming PC, which is our grand prize. If you donate a total of $150 throughout the marathon, you are entered to win that. Jimothy11 donated $50 and said, I'd leave this to TaskBot's choice, but I'm not sure if I like a world where TaskBot can make choices after we force it to do our bidding for so long. Commentator's choice instead. And obviously, we need to follow our TaskBot Overlord and kill the animals. That's just a thing that needs to happen. Paul Gerver donated $1,000. Thank you very much, Paul. He says, SGDQ, I'd like to say thank you to all runners, staff, and donors. These events keep getting better, so keep up the good work. Thank you very much for the generous donation, Paul. We have another $1,000 donation from Tareen, who said, I took the week off to watch SGDQ. I seem to have inadvertently speedrun this week. Worth it. This money goes towards the bonus TaskBot game because adding games to the schedule is save the animals of the marathon. And thank you, that did help towards getting us there. That came in shortly before Celeste happened. All right, Keo36 donated $120 and said, been a great, relaxing week as always, filled with ahs, and TaskBot further proving its superiority over humanity as always. Good times. Rumi and I pooling together for a chance at that $150 grand prize. But even if we don't win it, it's a cause worth giving to. Thank you very much for your donation. Tex1138 donated $20 and says, thanks Dwango ISC and the entire TaskBot team for the amazing work you do. Sending good vibes, electromagnetic fields towards TaskBot's way. I have an anonymous $200 donation, and they say, looking forward to the task block. Y'all are doing amazing work. Keep it up. And with that, we're sending it right back on over to Dwango, the Couch, and TaskBot for Super Metroid.
You said at the top of the elevator.
All right. Well, welcome back. I'm Dwango AC. We're going to play some Super Metroid, but before we do that, I'll give you a last couple of seconds for kill versus save. I'm going to let the couch that is mic'd introduce themselves here. Over here we have
Antinomy, a.k.a. Quality Crisp, a.k.a. the guy on the left.
My name is Topsy Turv, just another Super Metroid runner.
We are Freya's Spirit, another Super Metroid runner.
Over here, Freya, I'm going to let you introduce your friend next to you.
And this is Oats and Goats, world record holder for Hundo Map and runner earlier this week.
Next to him is Stump, who has been helpful with all kinds of random stuff over the course of the last week, as has been the case in several marathons at this point. And on my right is my right-hand man, Media Magnet. He's been a huge help throughout this whole process. So, with that, I am afraid it is time to close Kill versus Save, and I need to know what won.
Save the animals.
Save the animals.
Good.
Now,
well,
and having said that, and I know this might not make the tech team too happy, but I want you to keep this poll open because we have one more opportunity after this. So, Super Metroid is saved, but we'll see what happens later. All right. Stump, would you be so kind as to kick us off by hitting that power button in, let's see, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
This is the 0% run, and we are cheating a little bit by copying the save file ourselves, because that's just easier.
So as this run starts, we'd like to talk a little bit about the history of any percent glitched. In 2007, Kajardin found a way to get stuck in a metal door and glitch his way into Torian using X-ray climbing. Since then, a number of brilliant minds in the community have contributed to improving that, including Hero of the Day, CP Adolf, Snick, Total, and Internized Dragon. In 2008, they found a method to X-ray climb into Torian which did not require Crystal Flash, allowing you to complete the game with only 6% of items. In 2014, they found a game end glitch.
Yeah, look at that jig.
Which allowed you to finish the game in the room with the ship, allowing you to completely bypass entering Torian. And a few months later, they found a better game end glitch, which allowed you to complete the game with only 2% of items. And earlier this year, they found a way to complete the game with only 0% of items. And since then, a few improvements have been made, bringing you what we have here. And now Dwango is going to talk about all the work that went into making this sync.
So you're going to notice some really painful sections here that any real speedrunner on this knows not to do. In fact, Samus in this room is pretty much going to derp all over the place.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The reason for that is because we have to compensate for some real hardware differences that we don't have in an emulator. In fact, at one point in time, we did not think it was even possible to make Super Metroid sync on a console. We got an escape time of 4440, which is interestingly the exact value we got in the emulator. We don't always get that. Sometimes it changes. Sometimes it's 4442. Sometimes it's 35. The reason that happens is because there's actually two clocks on a Super Nintendo. The main CPU clock is 21 megahertz, and it's driven by a true quartz crystal oscillator or clock. The sound clock is 24.576 megahertz, and it is driven by a ceramic oscillator, which isn't too accurate even when it's new, and 25 years later is really not as accurate as it used to be. What results is that sounds have to play before you can go through door transitions. When that happens, it sometimes takes a little bit longer. The process gets offset, so what happens is that things desync. To compensate for that, we wait at certain periods, exactly like what you're seeing right here. Samus is not yet taking off to the left because we have to compensate for the fact that that cutscene might have taken too long. So I'm going to kick it over to the couch for the rest of the commentary here. And the serious arm pumping, what the heck, man?
Yeah, so Samus here is arm pumping at perfect 30 hertz, which is as fast as Samus can do, frame perfectly. And you'll see a quick moonfall here into a frame perfect pause, shot to open the door, and then glitch right through these blocks out of bounds. And now we're going to see Samus just kind of run into a whole lot of nothingness, just a big abyss of Metroid goodness, until eventually you'll see once it enters into the next room, pop right into that bounds again, just because why not, right? And then some more perfect arm pumps, which are absolutely incredible.
In the next room, you're going to see a moonfall into quick drops, frame perfect turnarounds, and during these frame perfect turnarounds, during the dance, your fall speed is actually increasing, and this at the bottom, this is going to allow you to clip through the blocks.
Nice little jig, and then goodbye, right down to the bottom. Now, this jump here is actually going to land frame perfectly right at the edge, so 1 pixel away from going into the door transition, and then it's going to frame perfect pause to shot to go one little moonwalk every single pause, and not initiate the door transition. So it's going to keep doing this for a little bit until eventually Samus is going to just pop right out of bounds again.
Every time you unpause, there is 1 frame where you will not interact with the door transitions, and they're abusing this, walking to the door little by little to try to get to the other side of the door transition.
You can see only a little bit of her gun remains visible, and that will just keep going a little bit more, one segment at a time. And while this is happening, what will happen next?
Yeah, so you're going to see Samus go into out of bounds again, which is, I should just mention, out of bounds is kind of like a slurry of code. So it creates a whole bunch of random blocks in the game, and these blocks can do anything. I mean, you can have a block that'll teleport you to a random area in the map, have a block with a value that will damage you or kill you or crash the game, and others are solid, so you can run around. So they all just, it's just a random slurry of code that creates random out of bounds movement, or allows for random out of bounds movement, which actually gives birth to just the any percent glitch run itself. So right whenever Samus pops out of bounds, you'll see some pretty interesting movement.
And a lot of that movement is designed around trying to avoid any of the crash blocks while reaching the block that they want to reach.
Which typically
listen carefully at this section. Hear what you hear the background?
Oh, and then the perfect damage boost there.
We appear to be taunting the animals.
Is that an incentive?
I first battled the Metroids on planet Zebes. This time, I was in a hurry. So instead of fighting them again, I decided to explore places where no one had ever gone before. It was there I found the hidden access to the Zebes self-destruct sequence. This was fortunate, because I had to get home in time to watch a stream of my favorite Twitch charity marathon. But before leaving Zebes, I received one final mission from the Supreme Galactic Defense Queen. Save the animals.
Oh, look, she's firing hearts. How cute. Might want to look in the upper right corner.
Oh, look at that. Tiles.
Oats?
Tile counter.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of rooms.
Do you do that, Strat Oats?
Oh, no spin? No ball?
Uh-oh.
No morph ball.
How do you get through that? Oh.
There we go.
What the?
gonna dance their way out.
7,000 tiles.
All this is frame perfect, by the way.
95,000 tiles.
Oh my god.
Oh, you missed like 94,000 tiles.
And huge thanks to Total for providing this payload.
Yeah, this was all written by Total with many, many hours of work in the last week. Let's see if the animals are really saved. Looking good.
There it is. Yeah. Four minutes.
GG.
4 minutes.
4 minutes in
GG.
game time.
So this original task was made by Snick. He is amazing. All of this payload was done by Total. There's a huge team in the TaskBot crew. I can't even name them all. There's a speedrunning community. So many people to thank. The original credits are going to run now, and we are going to allow them to continue to play as we switch over for the next run, which is F-Zero GX. Please stick around for that. You're not going to want to miss it. There's another opportunity for save versus kill there, too, and you'll see what we mean when we get there. So we're going to mute the mics, and we'll be right with you.
So while these credits are rolling, this is the appropriate time for this donation I have sitting right here. TaskBot donated $1,337. And TaskBot says, Dwango AC asked me to make a donation on behalf of his Twitch subscribers. He promised them he would give the money at SGDQ. He gave the money to me to donate. I could keep the money. I do not need human money. I will give it to the humans at Doctors Without Borders instead. They need it more than I do. Thank you very much, TaskBot and Dwango. Scurvy donated $50 and says, I, for one, accept our robot overlords, as you should. Knight of Me donated $250 and says, beep boop, TaskBot, best bot. Anonymous donated $50 and says, what is a TaskBot? Please explain. I am Mr. Popo donated $50. It says TaskBot, Best Bot 2018. So as a quick reminder, we're all getting excited over TaskBot, but coming up after this last TaskBot run of F-Zero GX, there is going to be the Pokemon 2 Games 1 Controller run. And about halfway into that run, we have until we can meet this donation incentive for the runner, Me Gots This, to get Moltres and Lapras into his team and include them in his rosters. That is just a bit over $25,000 short, but I've seen you guys hit much harder targets in way less time. So now that we've passed the Super Metroid, let's start throwing our donations in that direction. Ground Flyer donated $50. It says, TaskBot orders me to donate. TaskBot thinks helping others is optimal for human survival. Thank you very much, Ground Flyer. I have an anonymous $100 donation that simply says, donating so that when TaskBot rules the world, it remembers I supported it. Thank you very much. We are still getting tons of donations. Thank you everybody who's sending in all of your money. It's going to a great cause. And for those of you who are just tuning in, you are watching Summer Games Done Quick 2018 from Bloomington, Minneapolis, where we are supporting Doctors Without Borders, also known as MSF. For those of you who do not know, MSF is a medical humanitarian organization working in more than 60 countries around the world. MSF is a private international association. They provide assistance to populations in distress, to victims of natural or man-made disasters, and to victims of armed conflict. They do so irrespective of race, religion, creed, or political convictions. And you can always find out more at doctorswithoutborders.org. All right, I have $25 from Gravis Lizard, who says, SGDQ is off the hook. Spend this $25 on lozenges for the audience's sore throats. All right, I have an anonymous donation for $50 that simply says, TaskBot! And with that, we're going to toss it back to Dwango on his couch for one quick surprise. Then we'll get right back into it.
Right. So, I wanted to show you one other thing. We obviously got 0%, as you can see. But there's one other thing that I need to show you here. I'm going to reset and show you slot 3. You know that validation chest you keep hearing about if you've been listening to other games? Well, this one doesn't have a validation chest. It has a validation slot. And if you start it, it says, for the task block at Summer Games Done Quick 2018, the animals were saved. And this will remain on the cartridge until it gets deleted. So TaskBot left his mark. All right, we're going to move away from Super Metroid and move toward, we're going to move toward F-Zero GX on the GameCube. So we'll give them just a second to switch over to that. All right, so I'm going to make a quick introduction. This is one David J. He is going to walk us through commentary on individual level replays. These were made in the Dolphin emulator by a fair number of people, and I'll let him introduce who made each level so you can remember them all, because there's so many of them. Yeah, good. And these are going to be replay files that were created in an emulator, copied over, and now they're being run on a completely unmodified console. This is in no way touched by us in strange ways. So I'm going to let you take it away.
All right. So.
Oh, wait, one other thing before we go. On the couch, we have Media Magnet.
Hello.
And I'm just going to call you numbers. Is that okay? All right. His badge always has a random string of numbers on it, and I don't know what to call him.
All right. So basically, here we have the 5 replays I'm going to be going through. These were all created at varying different times. You can actually see the dates here of when they were created. So the first one I'm going to be starting with is Spiral. So I guess I can give a countdown for time, just because.
I don't know if it matters much, but go for it.
Yeah, may as well. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Now he's going to be using a specific camera angle.
Yeah, otherwise it gets rather crazy.
This is going to be rather crazy. I don't think it's going to cause anybody any epilepsy, but it's going to really harsh the encoder, let me tell you.
Yeah, so this task was made by E-Dragon. Basically, okay, so really quickly to talk about for this game, there's kind of 3 main mechanics that make these tasks really insane. First one is a mechanic called MT, where if you turn off the engine, you can maintain your speed a lot better. The second is shift boost, where if you catch air, you get a lot of speed like that. And the third one I'll talk about towards the end, but those are the 2 that matter the most. Actually, one more that I forgot. So also, the way that it's getting a lot of speed to catch air is the drift that it's doing, called an MTS, where pretty much you turn and stray sideways. And yeah. So not all that matters quite as much as just seeing it go really fast, I guess. But if you're somewhat familiar with this game, that's kind of what that's about.
And this is the slowest of the levels we're going to show you.
Yeah. So we'll rank them up progressively in terms of becoming more and more visually impressive.
Or confusing, depending on your outlook.
Also, if you see on the side, it does say tasks on it. That basically comes down to whoever made the tasks at the time, you can put on custom emblems and stuff like that on your vehicles, and E-Dragon happened to put one on there that says tasks on it. So, and then it just saves on the replay. So.
How fast are we going right now?
Oh yeah, so we're bouncing generally between 3,000 to 6,000 kilometers an hour. And for perspective, if you're casually playing the game, the highest speeds you really get up to are between 1,000 if you're not boosting, and up to maybe 1,700, 1,800 if you are. So we're going at 3 to 6 times the normal game speed.
So I believe the answer is very fast.
Yeah.
Very fast.
So that was the first course, Spiral. Up next, I'm going to be doing multiplex. This task was actually just finished, like literally a week ago. The date on there was wrong, but this one was done by Super Sanic. It's actually going to be using the same vehicle. Long story short for this vehicle, it gets the most speed out of shift boost while maintaining the speed really well as well. So it just happens to be best for that.
Walls are merely a suggestion.
So is gravity, apparently. Oh.
Oh yeah, to give a perspective on the last course, the time that the task got on the last one was 1:30, versus the real-time record is 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So it was almost twice as fast on that one. And then on this course, the record gets like a 1:33, versus I'll say what the time is at the end of it. First of all, there's that.
Deliberately.
Yeah, deliberately. So in this game, the vehicle can just cross the finish line. It doesn't actually have to still be alive. And you actually get different physics when you cross the finish line, or as soon as you die, rather. So you can actually use suicide finishes to your advantage. They're done in real-time attempts sometimes, but nothing as insane as that one. But also the time for that was 40 seconds, so again, almost twice as fast as normal. So.
Now, what are you switching at the top? You select Pico.
Oh yeah, you can actually select a bunch of different music. This game has like original soundtracks for every character in the game. This save file only has 4 unlocked, unfortunately. But I don't know. Whenever people play replays,
I don't think anybody's paying attention to the music anymore.
Yeah, it's all right. Also, I forgot to mention, this one was done by Jag20, so he's actually an F-Zero X taster, but he did this one-off for this game, which was really surprising. It was kind of out of nowhere, and he just released it, and it was really impressive. So up next, this is going to be another one by E-Dragon. This one's pretty insane. It's about half the time of what the world record is, so it's almost twice as fast.
Also, it is really, really hard on encoders, on video encoders, so it's going to look pretty bad on your screen.
So it starts out normal looking, and then right about here.
Did we just peak past 10,000 kilometers per hour?
Yeah. So in this game, you actually have a speed limit of 10,000 kilometers an hour, but only if you maintain that speed for more than 1 frame. So there's several times where this task peaks over 10,000 for just 1 frame. Or else, if you went over 10,000 for more than 1 frame, then you would instantly stop. So. Yeah, and then this last one is actually very short, so make sure you're paying attention because it'll go by quickly. This is actually done using a technique called snaking, which is a different gameplay category than all the max speed ones that you've seen. Basically, if you're using these settings, whenever you're turning, you can gain speed. So it's only relevant for about the first 3 seconds or so. But yeah, this one's very quick, so keep your eyes open. This one was made by CGN, by the way. I'll just keep it on the same music. But
How many G's is this guy pulling anyway?
you're about to find out.
Apparently.
And time. So those are 5 tasks. Oh yeah, we can end the timer, I guess.
Yeah,
But-
you can end it.
Yeah.
But we're not done.
Yeah, we're not done.
We're
so-
not done. So we're gonna do something different on another memory card. I'll let numbers here flip them over here.
Yeah.
You probably want to exit out of this though.
Oh yeah.
Well, that works too.
Okay, there we go.
So he's got another memory card with another list of levels.
Do you want to take control of this?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you want to trade seats or?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay, sure.
Sweet. So we have something else to show you here. Whoa. Well, that's interesting.
No, seriously, you can't go any faster.
How did you get into debug mode? Okay, well, do we have a Game Boy Advance here?
We do.
Oh, imagine that. Wonder how that got here. All right. Oh, I just heard of the Game Boy Advance turn on. So we're sending stuff to a Game Boy Advance. Interesting. Okay, you got 5 seconds. Okay, so let's see what happens next. I bet you can guess what's going to happen next. Something strange.
Well, that's a given.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's almost like I shouldn't try acting like I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I led the team that built it. So, BD, you want to explain what you're doing here? Or what's happening here?
So we're actually gonna run a course using a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, so basically the inputs for one of the tasks have been uploaded onto the Game Boy Advance, and then we're going to get it all set up so it's ready to go, and basically we'll start it at the right time. The GBA is waiting for some information from the GameCube once it's plugged in, and pretty much from the screen, once we're ready, the Game Boy Advance will take over.
So we no longer have a controller of our own plugged in.
Yeah, we now only have the GBA plugged in.
Yep. I love this robot dancing. It's awesome.
If Rob had legs, would he dance like that?
Yeah. I don't think this is skippable, right?
It is, but probably just
that's
worked
right,
out
you're
better
waiting
for syncing.
Yes, that's right. So keep in mind, this is a Game Boy Advance doing what you're seeing right here.
The Game Boy Advance is plugged into controller port 1 and nothing else is plugged in.
So this is the very first console verification of any disk-based system ever. So this is actually a pretty big deal. It was obviously a lot of work to get to this point, and who all do we need to thank for that? Extrums,
Definitely Metaconstruct.
Oh, there's a huge number of people. From here on out, though, it's just going to desync and derp a lot.
Now, it is partially drivable with the Game Boy Advance plugged in with just the A button and strafe. You can get a little bit farther into the course, but not very far.
Oh, you can actually do that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time for us to be ready for the next memory card, so let's do one more.
And the
This is the one that requires the hard
Yeah.
power.
Why don't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to help him swap consoles real quick?
I think we might be able to do it on the same one.
You think so? Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's try it on the same one then.
Okay. They got it working in the last second to make it to where we just need to be warm.
Sweet. Awesome. Find all kinds of bugs this way. So we have a third memory card we're going to show you. There we go. I know, I just said there we go. That's the one thing everyone says all the time. But it is going, and it is there, and anyway.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, exactly. We never save anything, it seems. All right, one last section here.
So same as the last one, we'll select
Yep,
the
just go
replay
into
menu.
replay. And as soon as we get into the replay menu, fun things happen. Ooh, interesting. Seems like it's off just a little. Ooh. Did that just say enslaving scientists? Oh, it's off the bottom of the screen. It's okay. There's stuff happening that you can't quite see. There we go. Oh, hey, look. Hey, what's that? All right. It's time. So, Mr. Host Station, Real Coon, are we saving or killing the animals?
They are still being saved.
Okay.
B button.
B button.
The B button.
Kill them anyway. All right. All right. All right.
You want to do it?
We'll let Media Magnet do the honors.
Which one?
Are we killing or saving?
Save.
We're saving.
That's what they voted for.
Oh. Oh. Oops.
Those
Oh.
turrets are never very accurate.
No. Well, I think we saved the animals. This time.
Oh no.
Is that System D? Well, guess where we're at, guys. So I'd like to take a little bit of opportunity to thank the task authors, the people that made these levels. I can't read their names fast enough. E-Dragon, Jag20, Sujian, Supersonic. They made some of the runs you saw today. Then we have the F-Zero GX community resource providers. There are a bunch of people that were involved in a lot of aspects of this, but in this particular case, this was this person right here, When David J, and FSF. So advising TaskBot community members. It takes a lot of work to do this. I was just the organizer and presenter. Cericium was a huge help. Uncle Punch, Piston Miner, Bob Senior, Junior Senior. I always get his name backward. They were all in our Discord, in the TaskBot Discord. Reverse engineering and Ace, there was a huge amount of effort that went into figuring out how to take complete control of a GameCube and finding a 0 day. That goes to YoshiFan28, Numbers, and Metaconstruct. The credit sequence you're watching right now was with some pretty awesome assembly type music, I gotta say. I like it. Made by Crafted Cart. He put in countless hours to make this credit sequence, including all of what you saw earlier. Then we had the graphics and sound team. We originally called this Torturing the Animals, but decided that wasn't the best taste for that. Huge number of people crafted cart. Funkmaster MP who made art. Dr. DK9, Dr. D. Oh, I can't even say them all. See, I told you I couldn't get them all. And then seriously, super special thanks to a couple of people who put in a lot of brain power into this. That includes Extrams, Fix94, the entire F-Zero GX community. Just a lot of people involved in making this possible. We have one last thing for you. Aww. And with that, there's last bit to say here. First of all, thank you so much for everyone who helped make all of these segments possible. I'm just the presenter and organizer. There's a huge team of people that support what we do. If you want to watch tool-assisted speedruns, you can go to taskvideos.org. I'm the site ambassador there. I'd love to welcome you into our community. If you're interested in seeing tool-assisted speedruns played back on real consoles like we've done today a couple of times, stop by either my Twitch channel, Dwango AC, or stop by our Discord channel at discord.taskbot.net, or just taskbot.net for general information. With that, I think that's did I miss anybody or anything?
That sounds like it all.
I always misattributing somebody, so I apologize if I missed your name. Thank you to everyone, and that concludes our task block for this year. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thanks once again to Dwango and the entire TaskBot crew for that amazing task block. I have a few more donations to read before I sign out here. So I've got $20 from Rhythm Song. It says, okay, TaskBot, you win. Here's some money. Mr. Ozer said, F-Zero's so fast, only TaskBot can keep up. And that was a $50 donation. Thank you very much. BS Wolf donated $500 and says, is my donation during the tool-assisted speedrun segment Taz deductible? Thank you very much for the pun. And with that, we are going to take a quick break for a Twitch ad. We'll be back in a little bit, and when we come back, you will have Yen24 taking care of you in preparation for the upcoming Pokemon run. So we will be right back.
Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick, everyone. My name is Yen24. Big shout out to Railkin for his amazing hosting. We're getting set up for Pokemon. It looks like it's going to be Pokemon Blue and Yellow. Yes, this is 2 games, 1 controller. You don't want to miss Me Gots this, as he plays both of these games at the same time. I was watching some of the runs leading up to the event. The way he practices is with 2 GameCubes connected to a single wavebird. It's absolutely outstanding, and he plays them all at the same time. I want to let everybody know that during the run, there is going to be an incentive that's going to close, and that is going to be for getting Moltres and Lapras. There's about $25,000 left on that, and yes, it needs to come in about the next 60 minutes. So everyone, I want you to please work together, make sure that we can get that extra content in there. I know you want to see him get Moltres and Lapras in the Pokemon games as he goes through Pokemon Blue and Yellow. We have so many donations coming in for the task block, for the Pokemon games. It's just absolutely unbelievable. I want you guys to keep them coming in and keep sending them towards the Moltres and Lapras incentive. I'm going to get to reading a few of the donations right now. I have a $150 donation from Anonymous who says, TaskBot is just too cool. I have a $75 donation from Sandalfawn, and they say, because nothing rhymes with Pokemon Orange. Thank you very much, Sandalfawn. And I have a $1,000 donation from Naesong Kim. Yes, it's a $1,000 donation. He says, praise the task. Mr. Destructoid, Mr. Destructoid. Thank you very much, Naesong Kim. Anonymous sends in $50 and says, for the task overlord, may it prevent the basilisk. And of course, when I say task, of course I mean TAS. That's Tool Assisted Speedrun. We have a $25 donation from Anonymous who says, thanks, SGDQ. This community is incredible, and thank you for supporting Médecins Sans Frontières. I have a $100 donation from Brandon. He says, I won't be able to catch the Super Mario Odyssey run live tomorrow, but here's $100 for the VOD. I have a $50 donation from Sika, and they say, we need to get Moltres and Lapras. Moltres is so cool, and Lapras is so hot, they just can't be skipped. Or is it the other way around? Thanks very much, Sika. Still getting more donations in for TaskBot. I will tell him that you said this. Anonymous, who sent in $50 and says, hello, TaskBot, how are you? Oh, you were already gone. Well, here's some money anyway. Donation to TaskBot's Human Helper's Choice. I have another $1,000 donation from Anonymous. And yes. Big applause for the $1,000 donations always. This is my best attempt at this. I don't think I know this song, but he wants me to sing. So it says, it's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. I have a $25 donation from Kipo. Yes, that Kipo. All hail TaskBot. I have a $500 donation from Fast B. Says more Super Metroid hype. And always save the animals. Perfect donation for the upcoming run. Poison Powder sends in $250 with no comment. Thank you very much, Poison Powder. Jester231 sends in $50 to Doctors Without Borders with the comment, "Much love to the Celeste and SGDQ teams. Here's to the amazing work of MSF." A perfect donation for a man named Yen24, a $1,024 donation. Says, "Saving animals is for foolish humans. Save the frames, oh Lord Taskbot." I agree, Anonymous. I agree. Patsakin sends in $50 and says, "What an amazing Taskbot Celeste run. Now to work on all the Strawberries task route. Put my money towards Odyssey, because we can all use a little more GDQ." And of course, Patsakin, I want to thank you for your donation. And I just want to remind everyone, if you are looking for more GDQ, more SGDQ today, you can get that right now by contributing to the Get Moltres and Lapras incentive. And we still need about $24,000, just over that. So if you want to help us get Moltres and Lapras, that's what we're going to be needing. $50 donation from Anonymous. It says simply Taskbot. I have another $1,024 donation from VaxHerd87. This donation comment seems to be some sort of code. He says, "donation underscore total plus equals 0 times 400 semicolon." Funkmaster MP sends in $50. And he says, "Hey Taskbot crew, Funk here. Extremely excited to see yet another event of Taskbot. Really wish I could be there, so I couldn't help but to donate during the showcase. Here's to another year of Taskbot and all the lifetime friends I've made through Taskbot. Save those animals." And everyone, I want to let you know we're getting close to seeing the run for Pokemon Blue and Yellow played simultaneously on the same controller by me, Gotsis. It's going to be absolutely outstanding. Like I said, I'm hyped for it. I'm a huge fan of this run. It's a lot of fun to watch, so make sure you stick around to see how exactly he plays both of these games at the same time. I've got a $50 donation from Unique Upon Me, who says, "Laying in bed watching SGDQ with my girlfriend is the best way I can think of to spend my Friday night. Keep up the good work and save the animals. Sorry, my girlfriend doesn't care for the frames." You know what? You're not alone in that, Unique Upon Me. A lot of people are sending in that similar comment, so thank you very much. Ooh, DJ Lasers sends in $150 and says, "I had to donate as soon as I heard Railkin on the mic. Greetings from the super team, and let's see some Mario Odyssey." Railkin did a fantastic job of hosting before me. I will pass that on to him, DJ Lasers. Thank you for the $150 donation for Doctors Without Borders. Still have more donations for the task block that we just finished. Here's a $200 donation from Anonymous. It says, "Looking forward to the task block. Y'all are doing amazing work. Keep it up. We will do our best." There's a few more donations that are still in the queue from previous runs. This one looked like it may have came in during the Super Mario 70-star run. I'd like to read it now. It's from Nash231. Sends in $64.64. Says 60 stars. You guys aren't counting the biggest star of the run. Toad. Best of luck to all the runners. Thanks very much, Nash. I have a $1,000 donation. $1,000 from Anonymous, who says, "I love you." Thank you very much. A $200 donation from the Golden Carrot. He says, incredible event, 4th year watching, 4th year donating. Keep it up, guys. Getting in a ton of donations for the Pokemon run. I'd like to get in some of them before we get started here. Here's one from Moltres/Lapras. It says $50 into Doctors Without Borders and says, hey, don't leave us out. We want to be part of the team. Of course, we'd like to see you be part of that team, Moltres and Lapras, because we have reached a total of $6,500, approximately, about $6,500. We need to get to 30,000. So to do that, we still need about $23,000. I would really love to see us get there in about an hour is when we have the cutoff for that. So please, give generously, help us get Moltres and Lapras during this run. I've got $15 donation from Captain Tudmoke. Says, I've got 2 hours of sleep last night and spent most of today between flights, but that's no excuse for missing the midnight run I've been waiting for all week. Pokemon runs are my absolute favorite to watch, so good luck to me Gots this on the most ambitious one in GDQ history. Let's catch these two big guys. And with that, it's going to be the last donation before the run starts, so let's hand it over to me Gots this for an amazing run of Pokemon Blue and Yellow.
Hi!
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Do we want to introduce ourselves real quick?
Let's do it.
All right, so the mic-less one is shenanigans_. He's not mic'd for a reason.
I'm Me Gots This. I'm Ty Kevin 83.
I'm Swaff. You know who I am.
Who are you again? Okay, good. Let's go with that. All right, we ready?
All right, let's do this.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, so intro's pretty similar in both games, except for that. Those aren't the same Pokemon.
But it's the same cry because they didn't change Pika's cry in that cutscene.
So right away, you see that there's desync. That's going to be a really common theme throughout this whole run. Because Yellow's garbage.
Well, another reason is he's using a wireless controller known as a Wavebird with 2 separate receivers receiving inputs from the same controller, which is the only feasible way of doing this on console.
And we need to do that because the GameCube actually has a serial connection to the controllers, kind of like USB. So if you just have a regular GameCube controller and you split it, it can't talk to both GameCubes. But the Wavebird has both of the adapters, and those can talk to both GameCubes.
I never.
That's great.
So there's.
Hey, I called it during practice.
So we'll always be reminded of the desync just because of the name. But that's also a good reminder of just how slow Yellow is. Just remember the J is its mark of shame.
So already the games are going to be different because you're going to get pulled over from Blue, yet you're going to see a Pikachu catch here, which there aren't even encounters that are on these tiles.
Yep.
Yellow decided to have 2 catch tutorials for some reason.
I could be mistaken on this. It's to remove the missing number glitch from Red Blue. They forced the catch tutorial. So it does seem kind of superfluous nonetheless. And you can still get missing number, just not in the same way in Yellow.
Now, the wonderful thing is we don't pick Bulbasaur because Bulbasaur is garbage.
It's kind of cute, but that's about all it's got going for it in this game.
So one of the things to note about Yellow is that it's going to have a lot of delay versus Red. Basically, Pokemon Yellow is Red and Blue, but they hacked colors into the game engine. So it's going to be the slower one most of the run.
There are very few instances where Yellow is faster, and you'll notice those, and of course we'll point them out if you don't.
I can't get over the name.
Jerk.
I didn't realize the rival was named after me.
Oh, please tell me cat food won. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Cat food. Cat fod? There we go. But he's still tackling over there the whole time.
Nice.
Great job, Bigots. A jerk.
No, just the sheer amount of concentration that has to go in a run like this is just absolutely impressive. You really have to take advantage of the lag frames that you get in yellow just to try and desync things a little bit, which you'll see a ton throughout the run.
Yep. And he's had to practice with all these different name blanks. You can see as the text displays, it takes 1 frame per character of text. And the delay from that is going to be different on every fight with all the different names you guys selected.
And it's no longer glitchless. It's over.
Oh, is this the
Didn't
good
die.
fight in yellow? Fully
Oh, he
nice.
lives!
The red bar.
Red bar!
We believe in you, cat food, for like 7 more minutes.
Okay, so we're going to get jingle skips on the level up and learning that tail whip there. That saves 2.5 seconds for each of those actions. That's 5 seconds saved.
Hopefully this
right
is a
off the
level
bat.
2 on blue. A 3 will work too.
So Squirtle needs to get some extra experience here. After the only other required trainer before Brock, you only get to level 7, so you have no way to take out Brock. But with a little bit of extra experience here, you're able to get to level 8, which gets Bubble. Bubble is it's 20 power in this generation, I believe. 20 power water move, and both Geodude and Onix are 4 times weak to it. Plus, Squirtle gets the property of same type attack bonus, so it boosts the power of Bubble by 1.5 times. So it's really a 30 power
It's like
move.
60 base power after the super effective.
Well, it's 4 times super effective.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that.
So it's very powerful.
Why do you have a mic?
Because, well.
So it's
because
120
Bigots said so.
effective power.
Also get really used to the bonking noise.
Yep.
Yep. He uses bonks to sync the games back up after yellow goes slower because it's yellow. I never got Oak's parcel. Oh no. We actually just learned recently, if you walk further before jumping over some of these ledges, it saves frames by syncing up the audio with the ledge hop audio.
Oh, that's nice. So I think, what, maybe one or 2 donations while he's talking to Oak in the lab?
That'll work.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Only if you had this for your blindfolded run, Keys.
What's that?
Only if you had this for your blindfolded run.
Yeah. Shenanigans and I, years ago, did a blindfolded no-save corruption run of this, and I ran into the infamous level 4 Rattata that almost killed me and ruined my life. It still ruined my life, but that's not the point.
There you go, Keys. I got the side top.
There we go, side Oak. Nice.
You want some donations here?
Yeah, we could probably get in 1 or 2 while he's talking to Oak.
Sure, I have a $50 donation from Celtoid. He says, always have to donate during the Pokemon games, and let's get Moltres and Lapras. I have another donation of $25. This one's from Chiana Banana for $130. Says, popping in on my break to catch a little Pokemon and say good luck to the runner.
Yeah, we've got, what, maybe about an hour and 20 minutes where we can still get that donation incentive for Moltres and Lapras. So get your donations in.
So you'll notice he's behind Oak here. That's to get Pikachu out of the way for Gary to walk down. And also, you have to go to the left anyway so that Gary walks less away from Oak.
I think we could sneak another donation in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly, I have a $10 donation from the Couch Slouch, who says, so you want to be a master Pokemon? Do you have the skills to be number one?
We call this guy here Goalie, and you can see why. He just blocked our movement through the grass. Gave us an encounter.
Yeah. When are you going to ban him, Keys?
Well, you see, that's out of my jurisdiction.
Oh.
So
Gosh,
usually
your counter
around
luck
this
is
point, I
atrocious.
would like to cut off the Nidoran names.
All right, so do we have the Nidoran names down now?
I'm just taking a look. Looks like we do have the Nidoran name winner. It's OBB, and it just beat out Stop.
What's second place?
Stop! Exclamation point I.
All right.
Less than $100 separated them, so it was very close.
Oh, wow.
Let's go, OBB.
Let's go Stop I.
This is ugly.
It's almost like it's Twitch plays Pokemon here, right?
Oh, yeah. All right, so this is the first of four manips that he'll be doing in the game. In order to get a good Nidoran for the run in both games, he'll do separate manips for each one.
Have we seen Manip in GDQ yet, like this?
I don't think we have. No,
I guess it's
the only
you're
manip
right,
we
it's the
did was
first time.
my failed Heart Gold run.
So the basic idea is we have DVs in this game. They're kind of like IVs in the later games. So we're you have 0 to 31 IVs in Gen 3 and later. We have 0 through 15 DVs in Gen 1 and 2. So basically, we want to get 15 in as many DVs as we can. We're going to get 14 in speed, though, because the game doesn't quite let us get perfect ones.
But
also, I
those will
can't
be good
imagine
enough.
how hard this is when you have to control 2 games.
It's no fun.
I bonked there. Oh, that's gonna be a bad one. That's not Nidoran.
Well, it's
Well,
a Nidoran, but
That's
it's the
the
wrong
other
one.
Nidoran.
It's also worth noting that the manip in red is considerably simpler than this, so thanks those that donated for blue.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
This is all your fault.
Yeah, and thanks to Gen 1, even if you do the manip correctly, you can still get bad stats because of a problem with the in-game timer calculations being just before the random calls to generate the stats for Nido.
Yeah, that's an IGT 0.
Oh, dang.
So when something like that happens, he has to re-enter the game and re-save. So
To save on a different in-game time value, which overflows at a different point.
thanks again, blue voters.
Yeah.
You get to see Squirtle more this way.
Exactly, yeah.
Another fun thing since the last GDQ is we've tasked Yellow since then, so we know a lot more about the Gen 1 games.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler, they're still bad.
Thanks, Keys.
You're welcome.
There we go.
All right.
Should I try the yellow ball?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Nice.
I don't know. With the extra characters, it might change something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
with the extra characters of Squirtle's name being different, it throws off the timing of the RNG call for the YOLO ball.
So he just has to weaken it like normal people do.
Also, the old man is really bad at Pokemon.
So what's interesting to note about the catch tutorial with Yellow is just in general with Gen 1, the amount of times that the Pokeball shakes kind of indicates how likely you are to catch them. It's impossible for that Rattata to shake 3 times and break.
Yeah.
Yet, old man Jenkins found a way.
Aw, Pikachu's so
Old man
sad.
Jenkins. I like talking to the young folk.
We get 2 more hours of you. You're all right, Sloth.
I like you too, poorly spelled Steven.
I spell it the right way with a V, okay?
Okay, fine. Yours is more optimal, but mine has more class.
Okay, Stefan, whatever you say.
All right, we're going into the minute for yellow now. You'll see it's a bit simpler than the last one.
Though we will say the YOLO ball for it is actually less simple, but I believe in Peter. I think he's got it. Me got this. That's his name. He's got it.
Yeah, the YOLO ball in yellow is a 3-frame window with no visual or audio cue. And frames in Gen 1 are 59.7275 frames per second. Oh, we got an IGT.
I don't know.
Yellow too.
I'll try it one more time just to make sure.
Okay.
How do you keep getting this?
I didn't get it in practice.
Like, I think, well, I don't know blue for sure because I don't know the manip too well, but isn't yellow only like 3 and 60 to be an IGT?
Yeah, it's basically 5% to be a no encounter or Pidgey, and then an additional 5% to have bad stats.
That's insane.
You did get IGT.
So, no, you'll have to go into the building and resave.
Okay.
If you don't go into the building and reset the map, then you'll have seen the Pokeball, and it has an art. You got to go back to the left. If you don't go down the left side, then you don't reset the. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
What are you doing to me, Kevin? What are you doing to me, Ty Kevin?
You got to go into a building, and then this will work.
You just don't want to see the Pokeball is the big thing.
If you see the Pokeball, then you'll have started the NPC timer for the Pokeball because the Pokeball is an NPC in the game.
Today I learned.
I have never heard that before. This is the first time I heard of this.
But now we'll be good.
Meanwhile, we got lonely blue over here.
Yeah, get used to blue waiting on yellow. That's going to be a common occurrence.
Now, setting up all the fights and stuff, like I mentioned before, like we rely on lag frames and stuff, but this is probably, in my opinion, like the worst part. So once we get past this and get our Nidoran, everything should be a lot better.
Things start to sync up very quickly after getting the Nidos.
That was wrong. Do you guys want to explain why I'm hard resetting both at the same time?
So he's using a Start BX on his GameCube controller, which is a hard reset call to both, because he's doing it on the Wavebird, which is hooked up to both GameCubes.
In the spirit of 2 games, 1 controller, the inputs for the same for each one, so that's why it's not.
That's the Nido encounter, unless it's the Pidgey. All right.
Okay, good. It's not the Pidgey.
We're still not there yet. We still have to check his special.
Yeah, we have to check stats for special, because we could have special underflow.
Oh, let's hope not.
So as you can kind of tell right now, while he's trying to catch a Nidoran, he's trying to do a little bit more in blue.
All right.
All right, nice. So here's another difference you're going to see right now if you look over on the side of blue. So Megasis is walking on particular tiles. So, well, I mean, not right now, but the bottom right tiles of the grass, for some reason, don't produce encounters. Like if the tile has like a little star-shaped leaf on it. So he'll walk a very particular path in Viridian Forest. Yellow has those same tiles, but also we got the Nido. My bad. Yeah. Yellow also has those same tiles, but they still produce encounters. I don't know